Police in Arizona are hunting for a gunman who killed at least 3 people, including a forensic psychiatrist who worked on high-profile murder cases. Dr. Stephen Pitt, who assisted with the infamous JonBenét Ramsey investigation, was shot and killed last Thursday. Police linked the killings with the murders of 2 paralegals the next day. Mireya Villarreal is in Scottsdale, where a 4th homicide may also be connected. Mireya, good morning.
Well, good morning. After 4 murders in 3 days, the city is desperate for answers here. Dr. Stephen Pitt was not only well known to law enforcement officers here, but around the country. He helped put a lot of criminals behind bars. So now his murder is a top priority.
It's highly unusual for someone to wake up one morning and say, you know what, today's the day I want to become a serial killer.
For decades, investigators sought out Dr. Stephen Pitt for his insight into the mind of a killer. Now it's his murder police are trying to solve. The 59-year-old forensic psychiatrist was shot outside his office Thursday by a white male suspect, bald and wearing a dark hat. Are we dealing with a serial killer here?
We don't believe so. We believe that these shootings were not random.
Detectives suspect the same gunman killed 2 paralegals the next day, Valerie Sharp and Laura Anderson, at a law office 10 miles away. One of the women who was shot in the head managed to alert a bus driver before she died.
Officers that arrived on scene quickly determined that there was a blood trail, and they followed it back to the law office.
Was it important to the investigation that she was able to ask for help, because then that leads you to another victim?
It did, because if she didn't make it outside of the business to ask for help, we may not have discovered that crime scene when we did.
Police say they recovered evidence linking the 3 murder victims. They're also trying to determine if hypnotherapist and life coach Marshall Levine is the gunman's 4th victim. The 72-year-old was shot dead in his office Saturday, not far from the other crime scenes. Dr. Pitt's body was found less than 5 miles away.
Normally it would be him talking to you about some murder case, not his own.
Jay Gooding and his brother Scott were Pitt's lifelong friends. Scott, a former police officer in Florida, believes Pitt was murdered by someone linked to one of his cases.
This was an ambush. You know, they waited for him to come out, and then they calmly walked away, and they did the same thing to those 2 women at the law office. Hundreds of tips have come in, so more officers have been brought in to chase down those leads and also to patrol the streets. Police also tell me that investigators have uncovered other potential victims that could be in danger, so they are working very closely with them to make sure that they keep them safe. John?
Mireya, thanks.